What's up, guys? Matt Fragger. I'm back again with another video. Today I'm just going to very quickly go through the fragrances that I have in my collection. They're from the House of Afnan. Just tell you real quick what I think about them. The first one is one that you'll all be familiar with, Afnan 9 p.m. This is the clone of Ultramall. I think it's a really, really good one. Great performance on this one. Beautiful scent profile. It kind of checks all the boxes, and the presentation is pretty nice too. Um, Definitely one that I think that well, I was going to say one that I think that everybody should have in their collection, but I'm pretty sure that everybody already does. But yeah, I do like 9 p.m. and I do wear it pretty occasionally. Like I will put on 9 p.m. Quite often. Next one is on also also the same bottle, but not quite the same fragrance. This is Afnan 9 a.m. Dive, and this one, it's a good fragrance, but being completely 100, there's other blue style fragrances like this out there that do it better than this does. But as a kind of freshy blue offering from Afnan, this one's not too bad. It keeps from being a real boring blue scent by throwing in some added kind of incense, gives it a little bit of depth, a little bit of character. But yeah, not my favorite from the line. And there are fragrances I think that do it better than this one, this scent profile. But yeah, 9 a.m. Dive, it's a pretty solid fragrance from Afnan. And performance on that one is just above average. Not the greatest there either. Uh, Now, the next one is one that I've had in my collection for a very long time. Um, it is one of the first fragrances that I ordered from a discounter when I first started, actually ordering fragrances. This is like the first haul that I ordered, if you will. This was part of it. And that is going to be Rare Carbon. Um, this one is a clone of Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I was gonna buy Ombre Leather. I was like really close to pulling the trigger on it. I said I'll give this a try. I had seen a couple reviews on it. Said I'll give it a try, and it completely eliminated the need for me to buy Ombre Leather. This thing has killer performance, nails the scent profile, maybe even does it a little bit better in some ways. And this is one of my favorites in my collection for that reason that at this price point that you can get this good of a representation of a much more expensive fragrance. And that kind of like, I don't know, was kind of like that first hit, you know what I mean, that kind of got me into doing these, specifically, hunting down clones, which is something I like to do. I mean, I'm not ashamed. I love finding clones of fragrances that are much more expensive at a much cheaper price, especially good ones. And this one's a good one. So Afnan Rare Carbon, and then the next Afnan fragrance that I have here is gonna be Supremacy Incense. Um, Picked this one up fairly early in my journey as well. It's a clone of Homage Interlude Man. They also call it the Blue Beast. And this one, although maybe it doesn't do it quite as beastly as the Homage does, this one is a beast mode fragrance with like nuclear performance. Honestly, the thing is, it's very subjective, and it's not going to be for everybody. And I'm thinking that a lot of the people out there would not gonna are not gonna be too enthused about the fact that this thing lasts like 12, 14 hours. Excuse me, if they don't like the scent. So this is very Oriental, very Middle Eastern. Frankincense and myrrh and incense, and like this thing is just kind of like just an incense fragrance. Period, pure and simple. This is about as incense as it gets, and it fits the name perfectly. But if it's not something that it's not something that everybody is gonna like. Performance on it though, amazing. I love it. This is a great winter scent. This is a great cool weather and cold weather scent. Really cuts through the cold and the cold weather, and in like fall temperatures, this thing is just a banger. But you got to be bold and you got to be confident to rock this fragrance. Supremacy Incense. And the next Afnan that I have here is a newer one that I just picked up recently. Um, it's another one in the Supremacy collection, and this is Supremacy Collector's Edition. Um, I figured why the hell not? I've been collecting fragrances for a couple years now. I might as well buy one that's called Collector's Edition. And even though I had no real need for another Aventus style fragrance in my collection, I got this one anyway, partly because it's Afnan and their quality is unbelievable, and partly because I had seen some reviews that were kind of saying that it was kind of giving you a little bit of an Aventus profile, but a little bit of a Aventus Absolute profile as well, and it was something a little bit different, but the quality was really high, and all those things worked out to be true. This is the best Aventus clone that I have in my collection as far as quality and like just overall having that thing that makes Aventus what it is. This comes pretty close to that thing. This comes really close. So yeah, this is a good one. Great performance too. So far as I've tested this now, I had this for very long. I've only given it really one full wear, but I did get good performance off of it. And I anticipate that going forward here as it macerates a little, it's and matures, it's probably going to be a little better on the performance even. So the last one is what has become my favorite Afnan in my collection, my favorite from the house so far. So what is that? Six of them. I have six Afnan fragrances. This is by far my favorite, and I just picked it up like maybe a month ago or less. That's Afnan Tobacco Rush. And this one is just absolutely fantastic, amazing fall winter scent. Tobacco in this is gorgeous. Um, Everything about this fragrance is, what I want out of a cool weather fragrance. Like this thing just does it and does it so well. I believe it's a clone of, well, I've heard a few things. I've heard people say that it's very similar to Mystery Tobacco by Carolina Herrera. I've heard people say that it's close to Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford, which neither of those I've had a chance to smell. But I've also heard it compared to Mancera's Red Tobacco, and I do have a decant of that, and I do have a couple fragrances that are similar to that. And I can say that, in my opinion, no, it's not exactly a clone of red tobacco, although there is a few characteristics that it shares. This one is so deep and so rich and so like alluring and like captivating and like yeah, it just you just want to keep going back to it over and over, and the performance on it is outrageous. Um, just right out of the box, like right out of the gate. The first day I got this, I believe I wore it the first day I got it right out of the mailbox. It performed like, over 8 hours and projected beautifully. And I even anticipate it to, probably perform a little bit better going forward. I would almost guess. But if it doesn't get any better than it is right now, it's still amazing. It performs like ridiculously good, especially for how good a fragrance this is. Like I can't say enough about how much I love this fragrance. If you like deep kind of mysterious, rich tobacco style spicy fragrances, you've got to try this one. It is amazing, and that's Afnan's Tobacco Rush. There's six Afnans. That's all I got in my collection. Is these six. And every one of them, with the exception of AM Dive, I hate to just sit here and bag all over AM Dive, but I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you and tell you, like I said, the performance isn't that great. The although it is good, it's just not that great. The scent profile is has been done before and is done better by some other fragrances. But other than that, every one of these Afnans is, in my opinion, is amazing and worth picking up and having in your collection. And if you don't already own one of these, maybe consider looking into it because, in my opinion, these are all really good and worth having. So thanks for joining me for another video, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, be cool if you did that. I'm the Mad Fragger. I'll see you next time.